Hello, hello, and welcome to me, Chris, and Gross Models for my midweek makings. Now, I have had some errors before I went live. Now, I did an update to the OBS software that I use and the Stream Deck software that I use, and it's forgotten lots of things. So I spent the last few minutes frantically trying to set it all up again when I realised that it wasn't working. But I'm here. I can see myself working. So hopefully you can hear me working. And if I push a button here, it should change to, yeah, there we go. My buttons are sort of reprogrammed. I've got to go through and make sure everything works. I might not be able to finish the stream, but I can at least definitely start it. So yes, this is what I'm going to be doing tonight. The Leonardo Da Vinci Marvellous Machines collection. The Origato a Pendulo Volante. The flying pendulum clock, apparently. I'm just reading the words. I don't know. It's a clock. This is one that I think this is one that I featured on a What's in Store on an eModels Monday, and Gemma saw it and thought, oh, he'd like to build one of those, so she ordered it for me. I was going to get eModels to send me one so I can build it for them, but I'm happy to build it for you lot now. I might well get them to send me something slightly different for me to do for eModels later in the year, but yeah, we'll go down to the bench in a moment and I'll see that. Do let me know, first of all, that everything is working, that you can see and hear me. If you can't hear me, I'm sure you'd let me know in chat. But Eric Makes It is here. Hello from North Carolina. Haven't checked out a stream in a long time, been busy myself. I don't recognise the name, but welcome back and welcome anyway. What have you been busy with? Let us know in the chat, because that's what the chat's for, to keep us all, occupied. Can see and hear you too, says my wife Gemma. Thank you. Jeff is here. Gary from Mogo. Hello, Chris, George, Eric, Gemma, and all in chat. And everyone says everything. George is here. Yes, George is here, and Gemma is watching, as is Eric and Jeff. Let me see if this button works. It does. Look, this is my bench. This is what I've got. This is what I'm going to be doing. So we'll see how it goes. I shall start the music if this button works. It does as well. There we go. I should have some background music ticking away in the background. That's where it goes. So, yeah, let me move around and we'll see exactly what it is that I've got to be doing, and we'll go on from there. As I said, this is the Marvellous Machines, number 3111, if you want to see for it yourself. Available from eModels, your one-stop shop for all your model making needs. You know what it means. So, yeah, let's have a look and see what we've got. Get everything out of the box. That's the easiest way. Get rid of the box. We don't need that anymore. Actually, before I get rid of the box, I did notice on the back of the box there is some things. Content, images not in scale. So this is what I should have. That's what it's going to look like afterwards. Use coins as a counterweight. I don't have any coins in my kit to get to. I'm sure I'll be able to find something if I need a counterweight for it, which obviously I will. But there are lots in the Leonardo da Vinci series. A different clock, a helicopter probably doesn't fly. The ornithopter looks quite cool. I might see if anyone would have got one of those for me to build for them. But yeah, there we have that. I'm going to build Space Marines while you build, says George. Good on you. Get on with it. Dorcosaurus is here. Hello, all you good people. And Chris. Thank you very much. Right, let's come to the plastic in a moment. Let's have a look, see what we've got here. I don't know. Words. Not going to worry about the words. It's a Italeri mini catalogue, which is all in Italian. Oh no, it's in English as well. That's okay. Yeah, some stuff. And the instructions. Yeah, I thought it probably was. It says Leonardo da Vinci was fascinated by the escapement mechanisms for the measurement of time, to the extent of studying a great number of them. This swinging pendulum clock model is based on the research and development of his work and the many drawings and sketches derived from it. The kit uses the laws of motion and a swinging escapement pendulum to achieve a constant movement that ensures accurate time measurement. The weight of the pendulum acts as the clock's power source. Now, if you don't know, get settled in. If you don't know, watching clock repairs is what I do for a living outside of my model making world. So I am aware of clock escapements and things, and I don't believe that this is going to be an accurate time measurement device. It probably, I think, only runs for a very short time anyway. I think Speedy Q8 built the other one, the clock version, and it runs for about 10 minutes, a little bit. But we'll see what happens. This should just be a one-day build. It does say 30 minutes on the packet. On the box, it says 30 minutes, but that's 30, normal people minutes, not, me talking to you lot minutes. So it could be any sort of time at all. Obviously, in theory, I should know what I'm doing with it, so that should take the time down. But I am obviously going to be not rushing through at breakneck speed and looking at chat and things as well. So that will push the time up. And obviously, for a 7 p.m. start, it's already nearly 10 past. So, yeah, time is not something that I'm going to be paying too much attention to, apart from, obviously, the clock time, like that. Let's get rid of all the plastic parts, the lid, we've got metal bars and twine and stuff in there. I figured we would need some sort of twine. I can't see a thing that's the weight. Unless that's what the coins were for. Ah, yes, the coin you have to put in. Coins are the pendulum. All right, so we will need to find something to do that. I shall sort that out when we get there. Not a bad size. That's a doable size. If you're new to the channel, then hello and welcome. I build some stuff, and I do a lot of part works at the moment, which are my daily video releases at the moment of those. But I also have model kits and things. So, yeah, I'm sure you'll find something. If you look through the channel, you'll find some stuff. Right, let's have a look. It says black thread, but I haven't got any of that. I've got some white thread, which, there might be black thread on there as well. Oh, there's black thread as well as white thread. Oh, it's interesting. Oh, it does say white thread. I should use the words and read things instead of just assuming that they've got it wrong. Right. Let's try and fold this up so we get to the first page and the first section where we use a couple of the gears. Are they labelled? That says B3 on it. B2, B1. It said I needed B1 and B4. So we put them out 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right. Does it show us anything to scale? It says a 25mm shaft, but doesn't actually give us a thing to measure it with. So we shall get out our rule. Always useful to keep a rule around. Put that down there so we can see what we're doing. We'll cut open this bag because I forgot. 6 hours, says George. I would hope not. There is a chance. I'm not going to deny it, but yeah, I would hope an hour-ish is my normal length of time for doing these sort of streams anyway. So I would think an hour-ish is probably going to be about right. That's all of the things out of there. Let's put that over the back. Move other things out of the way a bit until we need them. So I don't know exactly what we're going to need. Right. So, B1, 25mm shaft. Probably about there. Yeah, that's 25mm. So it's got that going on to there. A10. Right, so we've got sprues. We've got C, B, and I would hope A. Yep. So I shall get some sprue cutters off. There's not many parts, obviously, to this. So let's have a look. 7, 8, 6, 10 is the little round thing that says jig on it. I'm assuming this is just used for assembly then, by the looks of it. It's just a thing to push on the thing with. So we'll put that in there and then push it down onto there. Remove after assembling. So that's obviously designed to have a certain depth to it, and lets that stick through just that amount at the top. Remove jig. Remove and turn it over, and it's that way up. Okay, I got that. That works for me. So let's get that turned around like that. This one goes in there like that. Now, there's no lubrication required on any of this, but it is a plastic that the metal's going into. So in theory, it's sort of self-lubricating a little bit. So we'll look at B4 gear. Double check that that is B4. It is. And the 15mm shaft, which is going to be a little one. Like that. I assume we do the same thing with that. Start assembling with this, with number 1. All right. Okay, so that's going that way. Oh, that's actually very loose in there, so that's not gonna do anything with that. That goes on there, and then that will drop on top of it. It's a thing. It turns, it spins, it does the job. I'm happy with that so far. Let's have a look. B3. 25mm shaft. Be that one again, won't it? Yep. That way up this time. With that going into the jig. Jig is up. Goes that way around and pushes it basically halfway through. Then it goes that way up to that hole next to that, obviously where the gears mesh up. That's going to make that turn very quick. Cool. I'm happy. So far, so good. Let's have a turn over the page. Now we've got to get rid of tying knots and stuff. Right. Time for have a drink. Today's drink of preference is a Cumberland golden beer from Jennings. I've nearly finished it, but hopefully there's enough left over to keep me going through this stream. All right. Now we need to do some stuff. Right, what do we need? We need A7. 7 is this one. I'm not worrying too much about filing down and sanding down the nubs part. Where's that come from? I'm a little bit worried that that was just loose over there. I don't know where that came from. We'll worry about that later. None of these are going to be functioning working surfaces. All the stuff is inside there, so not too worried about that. The end of the thread. How to tie knots. Useful. It doesn't say which thread. I'm assuming the white one. Yeah, because it mentioned the black one over here. So if it doesn't say black thread, I'm assuming it's going to be white thread. An end to it somewhere, isn't there? End. Not end. It is an end. There we go. Right. Should I take all of that off of there? I feel like it's going to be easier to cope with if it's all off. I don't want the big cardboard bit flapping around at the end. So I shall remove all of this. If you've got any questions, observations, heckling to do, feel free. That's what the chat's for. I don't mind. You know, keep in touch. Let me know everything is working. Put a knot in there. Secure knot at the end of the thread. Oh, and just leave it as a blob at the end. Okay. Secure knot, just one loop round, or should I make another one? I'll leave it as one. And we'll put it quite close to the end, but not right at the end. Like that. Okay. Then the other end of this has to go through the middle there. Right. Through the middle or through that little hole? Through that little hole, isn't it? Okay. White thread. A8 needs to go over the top of it. Evening, everyone, says Shellard, getting in late. We don't mind. As long as you turn up, that's fine. Right, so that's going to go... Yeah, this has got to go all the way through, and hopefully not come all the way through. We might need to tie another knot in it. Yeah, that's not enough of a knot. Assuming that this is what needs to hold the weight, you know, hold on to the end. Stop it going through that hole. It needs to be a bigger knot than they showed us how to make. Admittedly, it did say a secure knot, but it just showed making one loop. So, you know, I'm going to do it a third knot on the end there. Hopefully make that nice and big. So this time it won't fall through that hole. Through there again. It didn't come straight through. It does come through if you pull it though. So I'm going to tie a couple more knots in there just to make sure everything works out. As long as it doesn't interfere with anything inside there, I'm sure that it will be lovely. A couple of knots in there. Big blobby knot right at the end. So how have you all been? Are you all right? How's the weather treating you in your part of the world? Today here has been quite sunny, but it's still chilly. I haven't actually noticed what the actual temperature was today, but it's got to be, you know, in the low single digits, I would assume. They started off that way this morning. So let us know. How about a time and temperature? What time is it where you are in the world, and what is the current temperature? Let's see. Alexa, what's the temperature here?
At the moment, it's 6 degrees. You can expect a low of 6 degrees.
There we go. Thank you very much.
Very, very welcome.
You're right. A7, A8. This was A8, wasn't it? It seems to be different. It seems to be a bit... Oh, I'm putting it on the wrong side. All right, okay. Goes on that side there. There we go. So we've got that going through there and able to be wrapped around there at some point. George says it's 1:15 and 68 F. That's not... Is that 1:15 afternoon time, isn't it? So technically you'd be 13:15. Because I'm 20 past 7 at the night time, at the evening. And 68F, I don't know what that is. What's that in real money? Not in your freedom units. What is it in proper temperatures? Don't make me ask her. She'll get confused. Right, I have a 26mm hexagonal shaft, which is going in there again. And this is going on the top that way round. Remove after assembling. Yeah, we knew that. Go all the way down on there. Okay. Then we need A3 and B2. B2 we've got still there. A3 is a little sprung piece. It's that. Wet and miserable in Wales, says Chillard. Gemma says 1920 and temperature's okay. Didn't you start Fahrenheit? No. Well, if we did, we learnt better. We learnt of our mistakes and corrected it, and we now use proper real measurements. Let's get this the right way around. Note the direction, it says. You should always note the direction. Go on there that way around. And there's a bit on the end of it that I need to get rid of that I just noticed. Blob of sprue. We don't need that. That's on there, and that goes down there. And this is obviously going to be click work, which will enable it to only go in one direction. Quite cleverly holding against itself as that. This will be to wind and unwind it. Dorkasaurus says 2:20 p.m. 61F 16C. Oh, so 68 is going to be sort of 17, 18-ish, 20 maybe. So yeah, quite warm, quite pleasant for you over there, George. Nice. 20 Celsius, says George. Gemma tells me I could ask Thingy about the temperature in Celsius. I could, but it's much easier to ask the chat. More fun for me as well. Right. Reference. Let's see. Something. Opera. Oh, right. That's why I couldn't read it, because it's not in English. This is going into that little hole there. And I'm assuming the wire will, the thread will just pop out of there, like so. Then we need a 6, which is this one with a line underneath it. Lines are always underneath the thing to denote which way up a number should be. 9 has it on the top. So there we have the part that required, a 6. Goes on there, and it says tight fit. So it's all going to be a whim away, in the jungle, the mighty jungle. The lion sleeps tonight. There we go. We'll click in place on there, or not really click, but sort of push firmly. And it tells us indeed we can wind it by going that way. Okay, that makes sense to me. It doesn't say where to put the thread. It just sort of shows it as not being there anymore. Maybe I should have wound it up around it, but I didn't. But that's fine. We'll do this. We need a 9 as well. Shellard is saying things, but I have the power to not read them out, you know. So I won't. Ha 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 ha. There we go. I also need B6. First thing from B. 6 is this. Oh, there's 2 6s. Why do they bother doing that? Why have 2 6s? Unless I'm only needing one and they think it might get broken. But if it's 2 parts that I need, then they're both called 6. I didn't need 6. I need 8. Why did I get 6 out? 8 is the... It's your lot's fault. I don't know why, but I'm sure it's your lot's fault for making me get distracted by some stuff. At least when there's 2 of them, I'll remember that it's 6, because there's another one there that's exactly the same. Darn, says Shellard. Yeah, it won't work. You can try, but it won't work. Right. That is going... Oh, that's going to be the winding thing. Okay. That will enable us to do some manual winding. Yeah, because the teeth won't turn. But that will wind the inside bit. Like that. Look. I'm happy with that. That makes sense to me. This is then going on there. This is also a tight fit. A couple of those pegs to go through there. Hold the tops of those in place. Can't see where that one is. There it is. Push that in on there. Good. I'm liking it so far. A lot of gain on just those two cogs on there. So that's all good. Right, then we need some brassy bits, some dials. Out the middle pieces. Mark, he won't read them as he doesn't want a slap. Yeah, this is true. Not wanting a slap is one of my important things to do in life. I've got some hands to put on there. You need hands. I won't do the singing, promise. Okay, so we've got some hands. They need anything? No, they don't go onto anything. These just clip onto outside there. 3 and 3. See, they're both called the same thing. Admittedly, they are identical, but it feels like they should be called something else. They're going on there. Now, I haven't worked out, I haven't counted teeth or anything as to the gear ratio of these. But does that mean that this is going to be, in effect, minutes and seconds? Or hours and minutes? Don't know. Let's have a look and see if we can see. That's going to be quite a thing. Right, so we've got starting there. Goes around 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 times in half. So, yeah. 2 minutes for the hour. We'll figure it out when it actually is up and running, and I'll see how long it actually runs for. Right, we've got some more tight fit to put. Tight fit to fit. More rods to put in. Right, and we're going to be using the jig to put them in. Quite useful. A10, is that the A10? That is the A10. Remove after assembly. Right, we need an 83mm shaft. 110. That's 110. Where's the 110 going? In the middle? Like the middle to me. So we've got 83 and an 83. These are both 83. I would assume they are indeed. And they are going either side there. Let's see. Is this saying on both of them? It's just saying on. So push it down a little bit more, but not a lot. Oh, that one went down quite a lot. They're quite secure now. I've got one left. Probably using it. They wouldn't give us an extra one, would they? What if it's a fish slap, says Charlotte? Yeah, no, I don't get the fish slap. I give fish slaps. I don't receive them. Right, let's get on. Black thread. You would be using it. If you're new to the channel, then welcome. And, yeah, this isn't quite. We're not normally this crazy. Yeah, we are. We're normally pretty much this crazy. But yeah, if you like what you see, then like and subscribe, and we'll see you along for more craziness as time goes by. I do these streams, the Making Wednesdays, midweek makings, every Wednesday. Funnily enough, at the middle of the week. I need a B4. 4. Yeah, Thursday I tend to play a VR game. Every other Saturday I get together with a couple of guys and we play a game. We're doing an escape room next time, but then we're going to branch out into something a little bit different. So stick around next month for that. Right, what does it say to do with this? It's got some sort of double loopy knot thing. I can't quite make out how that's doing a knot, but let's try and figure it out. Black thread, right, so we've got it going in one side. And this bit's got to go around there. Through here. Probably a normal, if you just said it's a slip knot or something, then I'll probably just be able to figure it out. But I'm trying to do it as according to the picture. And it goes around there and back through here. Won't go through there. It won't go through. It will. But he will. There you go. Through there. Okay, then what? Then that's just got to tighten down on itself. I'm going to try and keep as much of it this end as I can. I'm pretty sure I need more of it loose than I need sitting around down the bottom there. That should be enough, I think. Quite tight, it's quite secure. That seems to be the thing. Let's get C3. Imagine a slap with an octopus. Why? Why would you do such a thing? Octopuses have feelings too, you know. Right, that goes in there. And then the other end of this goes through there. Come on, all the way through. And then back down the other end. Okay. Certainly does that. Then B3. B3 is our little weight. It doesn't tell us how long to make that. And then we got this bit's got to come into play. I've got to tie a knot onto the end of this. It's going to be there, and that's going to be there. It's about there, that'll do it. Get that through there. And do the same double knot. Double knot fun. Down the end of here again. So let's get that through there. Come on, all the way through and round. Can't get it in the hole. There it is. That. There we go. Another one the same. The important thing with knots is to get the orientation the right way round. If you do one way, then the other way, it doesn't tighten up properly. It's more of a slip knot than an actual knot. Make sure you get them both the right way around. There we go. So that's that. Then we need 3, 1, 2, 2. It says B3, C1, which is the long one. There. And that goes into the bottom of that. Going anyway round. Not going very far. That's got to go in further. It's just really got a wedge in. That's what makes it tight. Yeah, there you go. And that's going in the top. Again, fairly tight. And that goes on there. And that joins up everything, and that's going to be far too long. That's obviously what this is for. To tighten it up and loosen it round to make it the right length, hopefully. I'm sure that will be. Okay, I don't quite get it so far, but before I put that on there, I am going to unplug this or just twist it. I think twisting it's a bad idea. So I'm going to take it out from there. And I'm going to utilize the bit in the middle there. Shorten that thread to about there. That feels still too long, I think. judging by how it's hanging there, it's probably about there, maybe, I don't know. This is going over the top, way up. That's much taller than that. Should that be much taller than that? 40mm shot. Wait, what? I've only got one bit left. It is 40mm. But I've only got one, unless there's another one hiding somewhere. There's another one hiding somewhere. I thought it would be strange if there was one missing. So these go in the other side. Probably flush at the top. Goes on there. Don't quite get anything yet, because that's now on there like that. That's gonna fit through there. I don't understand. I don't understand, but that's not, soon we will understand, probably. Got some reference. I'll look at the reference later. There's more stuff to build yet. I'm going to have a drink first because it will definitely help. Not sure. Lots of stuff to go. Right, let's see. We've got A1 and A2. Got with these big bits. Okay, there's these bits left, 5 and 4. So I'll be using those in just a moment. A4 and A4, yes, I'm using those in just the next step down. So let's get them off the sprue while I'm here. Then that's that finished with. B6 and B7 are going in the middle there, so I've already got the B6 off. We get a B7. Okay, 6 and 7 going together like that. And that goes on there like that. Okay, I mean, I've only really noticed that there's no glue required. It's all push fit, snap fit, and working fine. So, well done to them on that. I do need the other one, so they've just called them the same thing because they're the same. I suppose it makes sense. But, so these go together again, same way as that one did. But on this one, they also need B2 for that. That's that stick. There. So let's get this that way round. That goes through there, then through there, and then through there. Got a little knurled bit. Say to push it through really hard. Doesn't really say, so I am. That's still freely spinning on there, but that's now loose like that. Okay. So this goes onto there. But we've got to put the thread through. But it does go through the middle there. You've got to go through there as well. Goes over the two studs that hold it together. Yes. that. Go down onto there. And that will come up around there. That's okay. I like that. This bit will go onto there. Okay, and that's going to go through that. Through that bit and through that bit. Apologies if you can't see the white thread, but it's there. I'm just getting it going through the different bits. And that clips onto there, like that. It's a thing. It's definitely getting to be a thing. I need to get that thread around there, though. Because at the moment it isn't. Can you come around that? There you go. That's what we need. That around that, and then around that. Okay, that's the thing. Then we need to build the coin bucket. Just got other bits that we haven't used. Why have I not used them? Why have I not used them? Oh, they're the legs for it. Right, okay. That makes sense to me now. Because it needs to go a bit taller, a bit higher. These are off here. The end of another sprue. While I'm here, let's get the last bits off. Go. So that's the end of that. Don't need that anymore. Move that out of the way. Right, so we've got the coin holder. Just pops together. Like so. There we go. Don't need that anymore. Move that out the way. Okay, we've got to attach this to the end here. There. Knot. And another knot. Okay. So there we have that. Then we can put the feet in place. Okay. So that's that. That is it. Built. Obviously not running as yet. That will be why this probably has to spin round there as a form of escapement. Right. Yeah, that's the flying pendulum that does wrap around those tubes. I thought that this was swinging as the weight, but no, this is just the power of the weight. When it said the pendulum acts of its own weight, that's not what it meant. So let's wind it up by holding that and turning that, which will wind up that thread inside on that wheel. Steve 131's got it. It might charge your phone for it. It probably won't. What, the electric eel maybe? Yeah. Right, I'm just putting a bit of tension on the bottom of this to keep the thread tightening properly. Get in there. Right, so that will now hold itself. Do need some weights for that. What have I got kicking around that I can use as a weight? Let's see. I've got a metal keyring that I got for my 50th. It'll sort of not fit. It sort of fits and sort of starts to work it a little bit. It's getting there. Have I got anything else that might be better though? Must have something kicking around here that I can use. Must be. I must be. I've got loads of stuff. Lego, not very heavy. I've got much in the way of heavy stuff. Alright, let's figure out if I can get this to work then. Get both bits sort of angled on both sides. There we go, that sort of works. There we go, so that means probably must need to be heavier than that. And I think this needs to be, might have the height of that just about right. It's just hanging over, it's not going to hang over those. It'll go around the outside of those though, so maybe just about right, I think. You're right, it needs to be heavier though. Right, I can't believe I haven't got anything that will work. Wendy's here. I've been a member for 27 months. Blimey. Doesn't time fly when you're having fun? Right. I've got some screwdriver bits. That might well work. If I can get them out of there, that would work even better. There we go. Rusted in there a little bit. I haven't used those bits from inside the handle of my screwdriver for a long time. Okay, not enough. What if I start it going? Is that going to be enough? I'll pull it down a little bit, that'll be enough. No, it won't. For some reason, that's not wanting to go. Putting it down should make it work lovely, but it isn't. I wasn't expecting marvellous things, but I was expecting it to work a bit. So it's trying to. It should basically flick through, wrap itself around, and then flick through to the next one. We need to make that a little bit higher. Like that. Yeah, the thread bit is not working properly because even without that on there, it's still not wanting to go all the way through. So why is that? This first bit is not working as it should. Might just need to be worked in a little bit. Maybe. So that should be free to drop now. I've moved this out of the way. That should be free just to fall. Not falling. Even with help and a fair bit of weight on there. Over the edge of the bench. Yeah, it's not very free. And it is going around both the wheels on there. I feel something sort of catching on occasion on there. I'm not sure what is catching. I'm going to take this off the top. It says not being able to take it off the top. There we go. I'm going to take that one off. So it should be free to run up and down at its own very fast speed. That is not liking it. Maybe it just needs to wear in a little bit because it's sort of going a bit freer now. Some of it's going all right. Definitely occasional rubbing somewhere. Right, what I am going to do, definitely this first bit that's the problem. So I'm going to add a bit of lubrication to it. Lubrication always helps. I've got somewhere down here spray can of WD-40. It's nothing like overkill. I like perpetual motion gadgets. It's very relaxing to watch, only when they work. So I'm going to try to be very gentle, and it's not going to work, is it? Yeah, not so gentle as I had hoped. But that will get in there and free everything. There we go. Put that back in there. All the way through. Then we'll see if we can't wind it up again. Better. Better. Ideal because it should still be going. As soon as I let go of it, it should go even a little bit, but it's not. The trouble is, the whole point of the mechanism is that it starts and stops. As this wraps around the bars, it will make it stop, and then it needs to start again on its own. And it's the starting bit that's the hardest bit for any mechanism. Once it's going, it might keep going, but to get it to start going is the problem. So yeah, it might start itself going after a while. It might need to be worn in a little bit. It's this first bit that's definitely not quite right, but as a proof of concept, I understand now how it works, and I understand that the the bars, and you can't actually show you from above. Actually, you can probably see this side a little bit. Basically, as this swings round, and you've got that in place correctly, as the weight comes around, obviously because it's going to be going fairly fast, it's going to swing around quite high, and it's going to wrap itself around and then unwrap itself and then probably wrap itself around the other way until it stops wrapping itself like that and becomes free in the middle, and then it will do the same again and spin around to the other side where it does the same thing again, backwards and forwards until it frees itself, and then goes round to the other side and does the same thing again. So in practice, I understand exactly how it works. It's the same as a swinging pendulum in that the longer this is, the longer it will take to go round. But it should go round quickly and should take the same amount of time each time for it to go round, depending on the length, because it goes very quick and then goes slow. But that should still even out to be a normal speed. Bit like that. There we go. It sort of works. There you go. Most of the way. Well, it skipped out that one for some reason. Yeah, it's not even. But that's what should happen. A bit more weight on that. It's helped a bit. But yeah, I understand the theory, and it sort of works most of the time. Or some of the time now. But yeah, that was a good, interesting build. And look at the time. It's now 8 p.m. It's been an hour. I said it'd be about an hour for build, didn't I? So I was right. So that was that. I'll play around with it and tinker and add some more weight. More weight isn't really helping a great deal, but a little more weight will help a little bit. But you need more drop on it for that as well. That's only going to drop a very little bit on this side. So yeah, we'll get there. The winding mechanism works. Back and forward 2 or 3 times. And then not going at all. Just like Leonardo invented. So yeah. So thank you for joining me on this part of the build. Let me turn the music off and come back and join you. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me. I hope tomorrow night to be returning to do some more red matter. It depends how the day goes and everything else, but at the moment it's set up to happen, so it should be there. I shall see you for that then. This Saturday I've got nothing happening. Sunday Katie should be returning for some more Subnautica. I've done some of the slog for her. I've done a little bit of exploring around and found her a couple of blueprints that she needs to build things for. So there'll be less time of her wandering around not looking at the floor, because that's where the stuff is, but she doesn't like the floor. So that will be Sunday night at 8 p.m. And I shall see you tomorrow, hopefully, for Red Matter. And then next week, progressing on, we've got e-models on Monday and stuff like that. So thank you for watching. I'll see if the stream end button ends. I bet it doesn't. But if it doesn't, I'll go and shut it manually. So thanks for watching. Stay safe. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now. Yeah, it didn't work. It's not going to work at all. I'm going to go and push it myself. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Where's my button? Here's my button. What can I do? I need to go to the one that says ending. Can't even find it. Starting. Stream ending. That'll be the one. Good night. See you soon.